Jeff the Wealth Builder, helping first generation wealth builders, get control of their money, build some tax-free income and have money and assets available for the next generation. We like to send money ahead so that the next generation and the generation after that will have monies that they can fund the things that they're passionate about, to be able to start businesses, to be able to plan vacations and be able to have a family legacy, and to be able to have a money management system and have money available throughout all times of their life. So we're going to talk about today about the five traps of your 401k plan. And I know this is going to be a very sensitive topic today, because many people are in love, and I mean in love, with their 401k plan. They are thinking that they're getting free money, and they're thinking that they're getting free opportunity, but nothing is free. So we're going to talk about some of the trade-offs that you are going to be able to have to deal with if you are going to participate in the 401k plan. And I want to talk about the 5 tax traps that are in and contained in the 401k plan. So let's go. Let's get it. The first thing is, people always say that they saving money on taxes. You do not save money on taxes with a 401k plan. The only thing that you are doing is postponing paying the taxes to a later date. Has anyone heard how much debt that our country is in? Oh my gosh. Last time I checked, it was almost $32 trillion, and you are postponing paying taxes on money while taxes are at the lowest that they've ever been in the history of our country. So when the government needs money to pay for this enormous debt, where do you think they're going to get the money from? Your 401k. That's why in some of the financial circles, we always affectionately call the 401k the 201k, because half the value that you have in those plans, you're going to lose it to taxes. So you do not save money on taxes with a 401k. You're only postpone them. And in some cases, if you accumulate a whole bunch of money in that account, you could end up giving more money to the government than you will give to your family when you take your final breath. We ain't gonna mention the taxation like in states like California, when you look at the top federal at almost 40%, and then add in another 13% for the state, they getting Uncle Sam and Aunt Bunny getting more money than your family. So the next thing we're going to talk about, and how the 401k is a tax trap. We don't want you to believe the hype. Don't believe the hype that you're going to be in a lower tax bracket when you retire. If you keep the same standard of living in retirement that you had when you're working, how in the hell are you going to be in a lower tax bracket when you go into retirement? I will wait. Somebody explain this to me. How are you going to be in a lower tax bracket if you're going to maintain your same standard of living that you had while you were working in retirement? The only way that you are going to be in a lower tax bracket is that you was a complete financial failure, that your 401k plan did not do what you thought it was going to do when you was putting all that money in there in the first place. So how can you be in a lower tax bracket at retirement if you are maintaining your same standard of living? Where the money gonna come from? Where the money gonna come from? Where the money gonna come from? I'll wait. Okay, I'm done waiting. We're going to get into the next thing, is that you have to take the money out when the IRS says so, not when you say so. Because you think it's your money, honey, and it ain't. The IRS got grips on your money. They tell you when you can take it out and when you can't. And if you try to get it when they tell you can't, you got to pay taxes and you got to pay penalties on that money. It provides you with no flexibility. So if a financial opportunity came your way for you to buy some real estate or for you to get a business while it's going on sale or take advantage of a stock price like Google, why it's so down in value, or Amazon, why it's so down in value, or Facebook, why it's so down in value, you can't even do it because you cannot touch that cash without being penalized. You don't have any flexibility, baby, and you ain't got no liquidity. So you don't want nobody having control over your money, telling you when you can take your own money out. I thought it was your money. It ain't your money, honey. It's the IRS's money because they haven't taxed that money yet. And so they will put restrictions on it to ensure that you don't have access to it. And it could be the fourth. Oh, my goodness. We ain't even. It could be one of the worst retirement accounts that you can leave to a loved one. Oh, my goodness. One of the questions I like to ask people, is there someone down at the Internal Revenue Service that you are so in love with that you want to leave them a whole bunch of your money? Is there somebody down there? Because if you had an untimely death, that account is taxed as ordinary income. That means you got to pay all of the taxes on that account. God forbid you got $1 million in that account, $500,000 in that account, and you take your final breath. The IRS swoops in and says, oh, thank you, baby, for loving me so much. Thank you, baby, for giving me so much time and money attention. Thank you, baby, for setting us up with the layup, because now we're going to get more money than your beneficiaries. What a bargain. What a bargain. You just gave the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, more money than you gave to your own family because you thought that you were saving money on taxes, and that's just not the case. And the biggest gag you moment, the biggest you can have it, no you can't. Double taxation at retirement time. The IRS is slick. They tell you that they're going to postpone your taxes on one hand. And then on the other hand, they say, we're going to tax you. We're going to give you an additional tax benefit because you did what we told you to do. So not only are you going to pay taxes on your 401k proceeds at retirement time, but then the IRS comes in and say, you know what? Because you're making a certain amount of money over the threshold for Social Security, now your Social Security is also taxed. So because you have money stored up into your 401k plan, the income restrictions is going to allow now your Social Security income to be taxed as well. So what a way to pay double, triple taxation on your money at the time when you absolutely need it the most. Taxes going in and taxes coming out. The 401k plan is one of the worst places to have money stored because of the taxes that you have to pay. So I have a question for you. If you make the money and you can't keep the money, did you really make the money? So we just talked about 5 ways the 401k plan is a mighty, mighty, mighty tax trap. Proceed with caution and make sure you have a plan to pay taxes. Because as I said before, if you make it and you can't keep it, did you really make it? This is Jeff the Wealth Builder, helping first-generation wealth builders get control of their money, build tax-exempt income, and leave a legacy of money and assets to the next generation. Have a great day, guys.